Today on Seeing This.
Adrian's gonna get the first pick this time.
Oh, he's trying the voodoo. Adrian's bought into the voodoo now. All right, here we go. Drafting first. Wow, look at that, Adrian. It works. Welcome to Seeing This, the weekly movie podcast where we bring you fresh reviews, celebrate our favorite movie anniversaries, combative movie drafts, filmmaker interviews. Am I forgetting anything, guys? And more. I am the movie Mamba, Mike Ornelas, and to be or Mubi or Netflix? That is the question of today. Joining me on the podcast is the feisty. What are you? The feisty Pisces, Erica McMullen. Sometimes spicy.
Give it up for child actors.
Also on the call is the Gerber baby-faced assassin, Adrian Cedeno.
Love me for me, not who I ought to be.
And that is all in reference to today's movie review of Hamnet, the new Chloe Zhao joint. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say about this, where you stand with Shakespeare, how it moved you, if it did. Shout out to child actors, like you said, Erica. I think we've been on quite a run here with child actors, and we can dive into that a little bit more. But as we start every show, what have we seen this week? Erica, why don't you kick us off? What have you been watching on the tube?
So keeping it on with the Christmas theme, we watched Serendipity last night, and then we actually did watch Jingle All the Way.
Yes.
I think I haven't seen that movie in so long, like
Sinbad.
so long.
Put the
Which
cookie
is
down.
weird because, really, like everything was just so funny and so corny. Like it's one of those just like corny, fun, good times. Like poor everything. Like dialogue was trash. Like the sets were trash.
But it's great. It's perfect.
It's great.
Yeah.
I almost forget about like the Santa bust scene where they
right.
I
With the Big Show.
completely forgot about that.
You recognize
So
the Big Show in that, Adrian?
Kevin,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
Kevin Nash.
He's the big Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
No, it's not Kevin
that's
Nash.
not Kevin
It's
Nash.
the Big Show. The Big Show.
What was
Yeah,
his real
that's
name, though?
Diesel. You're
Yeah.
thinking of Shredder with the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
It's Kevin
Yeah.
Nash. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Erica.
So it's been a good Christmas. So we've gotten almost all of the movies out of the way.
Love that. Yeah.
All of the good ones.
We had our holiday draft last year, and I think I got Jingle All the Way and mentioned how much I love that movie. I think it's a top 3 Christmas movie for me. Like, honestly, like Phil Hartman, rest in
Yeah.
peace. Just
He
fucking perfect.
steals the show. I'm
For sure.
sorry. That's his movie. Like everybody else, like it's so good.
Yeah, they should have been back
these
up.
cookies.
Yeah.
They
They
what,
should
sorry?
like Arnold and Sinbad. They were definitely supporting actors on that one.
As far as like delivery and impact, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Arnold's
Yeah.
great with his accent, and Sinbad's funny. Better than Shazam for a Sinbad movie? I think so. Oh wait, that's the rumor. That's
the rumor was that he
That's-
was.
Mandela
That's the
effect.
Yeah.
The Mandela
That's
effect.
right.
However, I don't know. I've seen some videos where people like have the VHS and they're like holding the current newspaper and it
Is it a-
says, it shows the actors on the top. It says Sinbad on it
Instead of
they got it
Shaq.
instead of Shaq. Yeah.
Maybe they got it from the same bootleg store Adrian shops at.
Yeah.
Adrian, what have you what have you seen this week?
I watched this really good movie. I actually recommend you guys go check it out. I'm curious to see what you guys think of it. It's called The Thing with Feathers. It came out earlier this year, directed by Dylan Southern, and it stars our boy Benedict Cumberbatch. Man, I think it's one of his best performances.
Wow.
For sure. He's good in everything he does, but this one definitely was, man, it was
I mean,
intense.
based off the title, is it a little like surreal, like Rabbit Trap? And is that kind of
The best way to describe it, it's like Die My Love type of depression and stuff. Like you don't know what's coming, like what's real, what's not.
okay?
Mixed with Birdman with Michael Keaton.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, like it's a weird psychological. It reminded me of like Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven, and I've never even read the book or poem or play. What is this?
We're off to a great start with this episode to see.
But it's for sure like
Yeah.
check it out. This is a interesting take, and it's a really good movie for sure.
I added it to my watch list, and hopefully I get a chance to watch it once we get through some of these other movies we have on the list.
And there's some good kid acting in that movie too.
Nice.
There it is. There's hope in the future of acting for future generations. I saw a couple movies that I think are going to be in the award circuit here. The first one was The Testament of Anne Lee with Amanda Seyfried, a movie about the Shaker movement religion, which is kind of a I don't want to say adaptation, but it's like a, what do you call it? Like a secondary religion, like the Quakers, and then the movement away from that was the Shakers. What's the word I'm looking for here?
Deviation.
Deviation, sure.
Yeah.
That's not what I was looking for, but we'll go with it. But it talked.
That's gonna bother me.
Yeah, see, good. You got to sneeze now. But great performances all around. Our boy Lewis Pullman is in that movie as well. And I don't think I'm ever gonna get over how much he looks like his dad. I know we talked about it with Thunderbolts.
Yeah. You don't know what I was thinking too, because we watched while you were sleeping, because obviously it's the
Right, you mentioned
holidays.
that. Mhm.
That would be a great sequel, or like a forward where like that's their kid that they ended up having, and then it's like his turn to be in like some weird scenario. Like I think that'd be hilarious.
You just want every Bill Pullman movie to be redone
Yes.
with Lewis. Yeah, got it.
Why not?
But you're gonna love this, Adrian. The Testament of Anne Lee is a musical, but it's very unique in the type of music and the dancing that's happening. It's not like today's musicals that I'm not a fan of. I know we've talked about your struggle with musicals, but I think this one's really unique, and I think you would actually dig, like you and Rosalind would dig it. It circles around like religion and, you know, what some may deem as an extreme church or religion. I think I've mentioned before, I used to be a Pentecostal Christian for a few years in high school, and flashbacks to speaking in tongues, or presumably speaking in tongues, and just what the outside world thinks and things of this nature. But I can't say enough about Amanda Seyfried. She was
Could you
incredible.
imagine if somebody like, you know, like speaking in tongues, but they came to church and they were like beatboxing or something?
I mean, honestly,
And then they're
same.
like, that is the devil right there.
That's probably closer to God than tongues, to be honest. And then I also just watched our boy Timothée Chalamet and Marty Supreme, Josh Safdie movie that's going to be releasing here during Christmas. And Timothée is him. He's this generation, or his generation's top actor. And the gap between him and number two, I think, is pretty significant. I'm just talking specifically male actors. I think someone like your boy Josh O'Connor, I like him a lot. He's really impressed me. I think he's climbing in the ranks.
He's number 2.
He's up there. I'd have to take the time to really get you a list of today's actors, right? But and Josh O'Connor even then is a little bit older, but as far as him getting on the scene, it's more recent. But yeah, Marty Supreme, like, if you liked Uncut Gems, this is one of the brothers, Josh Safdie, doing his debut solo film, if I'm not mistaken. It's the first time doing a solo film, and it's got like the energy, like it's every scene has perpetual energy pushing it to the next. A lot of oh shit moments. And Timothée plays a not good dude who's very selfish and only does things for his own benefit. He kills it. So you guys should all check that out once it comes out for Christmas. Marty Supreme. Without further ado, shall we talk about Hamnet?
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
Have you seen this?
Have you seen this?
I know, I've seen this. I know this.
So Hamnet, directed by Chloe Zhao, but I'll leave the details to Adrian to give you with our letterbox description. What do we got?
We got Hamnet 2025, directed by Chloe Zhao. Keep Your Heart Open, the powerful story of love and loss that inspired the creation of Shakespeare's timeless masterpiece, Hamlet.
I think that's the most passion you've given in a description there.
I was trying to, be a thespian.
Yeah, there you go. Bill Shakespeare has an impact on you. So Hamnet, as you mentioned, directed by Chloe Zhao. Chloe Zhao is an Academy Award winner for her work with Nomadland. And then she made, the best Marvel movie ever with Eternals. that one was rough. That one was rough.
That's Angelina Jolie.
That's Angelina Jolie,
It's
Salma
not
Hayek.
it's not a terrible Marvel film, but with how they were already structuring how the universe was going to go, it's like there's no place or no explanation for why they're there in the first place.
And I'm not mad at anything being different than the status quo, specifically around Marvel, but this was like very different.
Yeah.
And like a lot of it was why. Like I was left like, what's the motivation behind a lot of this?
Mm.
Yeah. But when Hamnet came around, I was very curious to see how she would rebound off of that. So Erica, we'll go ladies first for your opening thoughts on Hamnet. What did you think? What's your relationship with Shakespeare? Are you a thespian at heart, or what's your relationship?
I think it was hard for me until I learned how to read it, because learning how to read it and learning like the cadence of how it's supposed to be read and where the lines are, where commas are, where periods are, where apostrophe, like they kind of set you up. If you don't have somebody teaching you the right way to read Shakespeare, I can understand why people find it very, very dull. I loved how kind of timeless Shakespeare is, because even if you like go back and read some of his like just stage instructions, like he's hilarious. Like he was so funny, and I have a positive relationship with it, but it's not something like I don't read Shakespeare every year. You know what I mean? Like I'm familiar with the stories, that kind of deal. I liked this movie. I don't know that it's Oscar worthy.
Wow, in any category, like in anywhere.
If anybody was gonna get a nomination, it's the gal who plays Agnes.
Jessie Buckley.
Yeah.
Jessie Buckley, yeah.
If
She's
anybody's
incredible.
gonna get any kind of Oscar nod, it's gonna be her. Do I think
just for that primal yell that she gives out anyways?
I mean, the grief, I was crying every time like she was doing an emotional scene. I felt that in my and I think Paul Mescal did a very great job. I think he's a wonderful actor. Do I think that this should have been like his Oscar performance? No. And maybe he's
Gladiator 2, huh?
I don't know if he's like just not there yet, or if he hasn't really like gotten. I've seen him in a few that I like, but I still don't know that this would have been like his Oscar debut. Like I don't personally think it should have been.
Okay. So you came away enjoying Jessie Buckley, thinking
I enjoyed the movie. I really did enjoy the story. I had like vaguely known about William and Anne Hathaway, because that's what his wife's name in real life is, Anne Hathaway. Did you know that? It's kind of crazy too. She kind of looks like the current Anne Hathaway, and Anne Hathaway's husband actually kind of looks like William Shakespeare. Have you like not heard of that conspiracy theory?
Well, what is it, a conspiracy theory if they actually look alike?
It's a conspiracy theory of somebody saying like that's them reincarnated. Like it depends on what you believe.
Okay, we're getting deep in it.
But William and
I think there are a lot of conspiracy theories, because I thought like William Shakespeare wasn't even like one person. I thought it was like a collection of writers that they like. I've heard conspiracies. I don't know. Whatever. Like I said.
Well, outside of conspiracy, you said your relationship with William Shakespeare off mic is that you're not familiar.
Not
You
familiar.
you haven't read any of his plays or his writings. So with that being said, what do you think of the movie?
I actually enjoyed the movie. I thought it was really good. I thought the
There we
acting was
go.
on point. I dug the storyline. For it being like Hamlet, and different. Like I didn't even know the difference between Hamlet and Hamnet, and like I think you were trying to allude to it. Like, oh, you just watch the movie, you'll figure it out. Like the
And
opening
what did we
credit, it
discover?
just says like, hey, they're interchangeable. Like I had no idea. Like
Sure.
so I went in completely blind, but I really dug the storyline. I can relate, man. That was rough.
Yeah.
And I definitely felt for every one of them. Like the acting, man, it it's a tearjerker, and their
Yeah.
performances, like you feel it. I thought I dug it. I think it was a really good movie. I don't know. For my first take on Shakespeare, like I thought it was pretty good.
Sure. I mean, I think you've probably seen other Shakespearean either adaptations, like 10 Things I
Right.
Hate About You, right? Or
Right.
The Lion King. They're like adaptations pulled from Shakespeare. But I was really curious for you, Adrian, because now anytime after our Die of My Love episode and kind of you being vulnerable and telling us about your experience of having children and everything that comes with that, right? And like
Right.
this dealing with
I didn't
like
think I was being vulnerable,
family.
man. I don't know if I should be talking like this on these podcasts.
That's great. We need that. Need to be human. Yeah, that's all right. It makes an impression. So I think with this one, you're dealing with family, you're dealing with children, you're dealing with love. And I saw this initially at TIFF, and at that time I thought it was Paul Mescal's like best performance that I've seen him in. And I thought it felt a little slow at the beginning until we get him in London, right? Without giving too much away yet. Upon second viewing, it was like flipped. Like Jesse Buckley is incredible. I thought that the first time, but like this time, like just really stood out. And the whole movie I thought was put together really well. I initially had a problem with how they kind of jumped from like, okay, they have a kid and now they're grown. You know what I mean? And
They're
I
like
think
7
I was
all of a
just
sudden.
they're older, right? So I think maybe selfishly I was wanting to just see more about their dynamic, but upon second viewing, it's not about that. I mean, it is, but they capture it differently, right? But to further go into what I thought of this movie, I do have a special guest as always for this episode. It is one of Erica's favorite people in the world, and that is Brenda Meeks from Scary Movie.
It was gonna be like, oh, Shrek.
No, we've got enough Shrek coverage on
Shakespeare.
our show here. Don't give it away. Don't give it away. So this is Brenda Meeks from Scary Movie.
This movie is good. Hey, baby. You came back just in time. She's about to get it on with Shakespeare. He found out she's a girl. Yeah, I got you. I got you on camera. You on candid camera now. You ain't know that. Hello.
It's too good.
My
It's too good.
favorite is Regina Hall and like the press that she's been doing. Like they're doing Oscar press right now, and they've been mentioning Scary Movie because they just wrapped up and stuff like that. But there's one where she talks about, she's like, they're like, how did you come up with that? She's like, I just felt like Brenda would just not know how to say Shakespeare. I just want her to like not know how to say it. It'd definitely be Shakespeare.
I forever hear her in my head when people talk Shakespeare. But yeah, I really like the movie. I think upon second view, and it even climbed in my list, I'm putting together my favorite movies of the year, and it climbed up from where it was. I think it's incredibly beautiful across the board. The performances, as you guys alluded to, are very powerful. They're very lived in, like very much believe that they're feeling what they're feeling, that they're invested in their characters. The camera shots are beautiful. I mean, this isn't really giving anything away. It's the opening shot. But like we see Jesse Buckley in the fetal position under a tree. and that kind of sets the premise of the large. It's like a symbol for what's in store for the movie, right? And I thought the music was great. I thought the music was really complimentary. The first time it didn't necessarily stand out, but I think that's like intentional. It like really guides the movie along as you're watching it and helps land the emotional moments that come up. Before we get into spoilers, I think we've kind of already assessed how we feel about the movie, but for sake of housekeeping, the Commodus Scale. Thumbs up, even or down. Adrian, we'll start with you, and remember this is a audio podcast as well.
We'll go thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up.
All right, Erica, where are you going?
I'm going thumbs up as well.
I love it. 3 thumbs up for me as well, across the board. We all enjoyed it. I think it's hard to really talk about this movie without spoilers. And now, obviously, this was also adapted from a book. It's been inspired from the play Hamlet. So it if you know, you know. But at the same time, if you don't, like, I think a lot of people aren't as familiar with Shakespeare. It is kind of hard to navigate without talking spoilers. So we'll go into spoilers so we can talk a bit more freely. So, spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
What an incredible scene by let me get his name correct here.
There were a couple incredible scenes and shots.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
The apocalypto birth scene was insane.
Where she gives birth under the tree,
Yeah,
or when
like
she's
in
in
the
the
rain?
room. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty hardcore, but that's like where she was meant to give birth. And I think they didn't let her give birth for the twins at the tree. And
That's why
in
one had
theory
to die.
that's the chain of events, right? And I appreciate that they approach this movie very symbolically and poetically. I mean, it's like you're doing a Shakespeare movie. It's got to include those
Yeah.
elements, and I think they capture that
You have
really
to have
well.
a lot of symbolism going on.
So the boy that plays Hamnet, Jacobi Jupe,
Brilliant.
incredible job. The scene where his twin sister is sick and dying,
Bro.
and he
Let me just say one thing real quick. If you plan on seeing this movie, just bring a box of tissues. Like, bring a whole freaking box, dude. I was like sitting there because it's like it's not just the sibling thing. It's like that twin thing too. It's just, oh my God. And both actor and actress, phenomenal.
But it's the beautiful writing of it too, because like when William leaves,
I'll be brave, Dad.
Be brave. I'll be brave, Father. Right, and then like he's saying that as he's essentially taking on the illness, as they're tricking death, right? And it's like, fuck, man. Would any of your kids do that? I hope so. I hope the answer is yes, Adrian.
I don't know. I seen it firsthand. Like, I saw the fear. When he
That's
thought
scary.
his brother was not gonna make it. So, I would say no, just playfully, because I don't. But deep down, like when shit hit the fan, like, man, he was pretty in a wreck. So.
I mean, it's I live vicariously through you in a lot of ways, super dad. For moments like this, where it's like there's a movie that like is dealing with family, and this movie is all about grief and how people handle grief.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like Jessie Buckley just is raw about it. Like you're talking about, Agent, that like just not during the birth scene, but when she first realizes
her
Hamlet
son
died.
Yeah.
Just like a gruntle,
primal yell,
scream of just like right, and like she gets that release, tries to kind of not even center herself, but like still just absorbing everything, and like she wants to see that same kind of thing from William, and we never get that. Right?
Well,
William
that's
comes.
where you get it in the play at the very end, like
correct,
and she like. Her realization of it was beautiful too. But that's Absolutely. What I think like they played off of each other, and I think that was like the beauty of the script, the beauty of Shakespeare and Hamlet, right? Is how real and raw those emotions really are, and like how
Mhm.
like yeah, that's stuff that me and my wife go through. That's emotions, and like I totally get it. Like
You guys are very different in that regard. Like, I think, like,
I
with
think I would have been
stress
more
or
like Shakespeare in the
yeah,
movie, and she would have been more like
sure.
Jackie Buckley. Like she would have been Agnes. She
Jesse
would
Buckley. Yeah.
Jesse Buckley. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
Jesse.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Jackie's her sister.
she would have been definitely on that. Like just I'm experiencing that emotion right now. I'm gonna give out that emotion and not think, not do anything. Where Shakespeare was a little more calculated and a little more reserved and kept it inside.
But I also don't want to make it sound like we're letting Will off the hook, because he also wasn't there, which that I won't knock him. Like, it's tough. You got to travel, and like he was doing like he didn't know his kid was going to die. But soon thereafter that Hamnet dies, he's like, well, I'll write you. I gotta go to London.
And
It's like, what the fuck do you mean?
that's the
But
crazy
that's a
thing
part of
too
his
is,
coping too.
yeah, I mean, it's very understandable, right? Because we've talked about like
Mm.
how everybody handles grief very differently. Death brings different sides of people out. But I think that's why she was so pissed when she ends up going to the play at the very end, because she was like, how dare you use his
Say my
death
son's name. Yeah,
as
yeah.
your inspiration, essentially, like, because it was, and I don't know if inspiration's the right word, but it essentially like gave him the
For
story
sure.
to write. And but seeing it as, like you said, it was like her way of seeing like, oh wait, he needed this way to grieve. Like I
Because I
can
think
understand that.
she needed to see him grieve, and the problem is when he's not physically there with her,
She doesn't
she
see it.
can't see him
Mm.
when he is in fact grieving in his own way the whole time. I mean, it gets to the point where he's like about to jump into the water, right, like into the river, and that's where we get Adrian, your favorite, to be or not to be. And you're talking about like you
Help,
don't
I
really
can't swim.
you're talking about like kind of the challenges of like interpreting Shakespeare and like what it is he means by the different aspects of his lines. And like that point right there, I think, was really well illustrated, where it's like, to live or not to live. It's like, do we deal with the harsh realities of and suffering that come with life, or do we just fucking go into the mystery of the afterlife? But what waits for us in the afterlife? Is it worse than the burdens that we have here? So it's like, obviously he says it much, much more beautifully.
Eloquently.
But that's essentially, like, in a nutshell, like what that whole dialogue is. And that's his own self-contemplation after losing his son, of like, is this life worth it? Like, it's really heavy, when you dig into it. And like, he puts that energy into the play.
So I got a question. All the other interpretations like are of Hamlet, like the actual play. It's not his son actually dying like the movie, right? It's like
It's usually
metaphoric, I
like
guess.
it's typically how you see it is like the ghost of the father who
Mhm.
comes back.
I think
die, I guess.
Agnes, Jesse Buckley's character, even says something about like, oh, he switched the names, or like he switched the role or something.
He switched
so
places with the son.
he switched places.
So
yeah.
so the real Hamlet is the dad dies, the son goes to like avenge him, and
Mhm.
the
Yes.
dad comes back and says like, don't avenge me or don't kill yourself, kind of a thing.
Tell us, Erica.
I haven't read it in a long time. I'm not sure what he ends up coming back to tell him. Like,
Okay.
to not murder or something. Like, I don't really remember what he says. But yeah, he swaps their roles so that the dad is the ghost.
And then we see Jacobi Lube, who's Hamnet, come back. Like, when he's first getting sick, we see him on that stage. And then when
Like, not quite knowing what it is yet.
not knowing what it is, but then at the end of the play, where Hamlet essentially is dying, and Jesse Buckley, Agnes, sees that this is what William's been doing, is putting his grief into this play. And then we see young Hamnet again. Did you guys catch who plays older Hamnet?
Bawled my eyes out, by the way. Again, this whole movie had me.
when she reaches for the hand?
No, when she
It's-
sees.
Isn't it Jacobi's
Hamnet.
brother?
When she sees right. Oh, like sees
Her Hamnet.
the young son. Right. Yes, it is Jacobi's brother, his older brother, but do you recognize him from anything?
Oh,
No, I don't.
That's the fucking A Quiet Place kid. How old do you
yeah,
feel?
he sure is. Wow.
Oh,
The kid the boy in A Quiet Place. That's
Yeah.
him.
I wouldn't have
Yeah.
said much
How old are
more.
we? yeah. But when
So
I
I
saw
did
him, I'm like,
recognize him. I
wait.
just didn't put it together that
Yeah.
where I know him from.
And I think it's great that they both got to play like not really the same role, but kind of the same role. I think brilliant casting, and they both did a great job. But Jacobi, I think, really stole the show. I think Jesse Buckley, to your point, Erica, and Jacobi were
It's
top
just
tier
so
talent
good.
as far as performance goes.
Just so.
So I
good.
didn't understand that scene. I didn't realize until right now that you're saying like he's in so when Hamnet dies and then he's just like on the other side looking back.
Mhm.
I didn't catch that it was the set. I thought it like for me it was like an Interstellar type thing where like he's just
Same.
knocking on the other side of the wall.
I mean,
you
kind
know,
of.
like,
It's kind of
hey,
that
I'm
too.
over here,
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
and
didn't
she
understand
tells
it,
him,
but that makes
too.
sense.
She tells him when she's looking at his hand and he asks her, he's like, what do you see? She's like, oh, I see you on stage with your dad. And then, bro, let me tell you, this shit had me crying the entire time.
Yeah.
I
was
love it.
like in my
I love
room
it.
by myself, like,
Yeah. Well, so when I saw it at TIFF, I saw it in a theater full of people, and obviously people seeing it for the first time. And when we got to that point, I felt like Jessie Buckley when like she looks around and everyone's just crying. Like that's how the theater was. Like you could hear people like sniffling and crying and everything all around me. Like I felt the emotion of it all. It didn't hit me like that the first time. The second time, I felt it a bit more, maybe because I was by myself and I was just really like locked into it. But it's just beautifully done. Like it's a beautiful way to process grief. You know what I mean? And it's something everyone can relate to. So very well done by Chloe Zhao. I think this is probably her best movie if you're considering, what she's done thus far, even though she's won an Academy Award. Did you guys see Nomadland? Did you guys see that one?
I
No.
think I did, but
Yeah. That's okay. I mean, it was okay.
Yeah.
I
That
don't
was a
think she won
very
Best
slow
Picture, but
paced
nonetheless.
movie for me.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, her movies tend to be slower, but I feel like this.
I felt like this one was
Yeah.
just very well paced. I
Good.
think you and I kind of disagree in that sense. I loved when it cut black and then the next scene were like I loved that about this part.
Well, I agree. Upon second viewing, I agree.
Mhm.
I think the first time, because I didn't know what to expect and maybe I was wanting something and I didn't get it, it
Right.
felt like, okay, well, where are we going? I didn't
Yeah.
see the finish line. And now watching it the second time, like, okay, I understand the beats of the movie. And yeah, it works great. It works great. A great movie. Great job by Chloe Zhao. Paul Mescal, I think, was really good. I touched on that briefly. It's really hard. It's like, we talk about adaptations or like you're joining a Marvel movie or a new Star Wars movie and like the fan base that follows that. But I don't think there's enough discussion for like a Shakespeare movie, right? Like there's hardcore fans
Yeah.
of Shakespeare, and like that's a tall order to fill when you have to play the goat himself. You know what I mean? So I thought Paul did great. I mean, I even second time I thought he captured and did what he was supposed to do. But Erica, that it not for you.
I mean, he's
like
definitely
I said, I
better than
think he did
Gladiator
a
2.
great job. Do I think he deserved an Oscar nom for it? Like,
Okay.
no.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay,
know.
fair enough,
I know we
fair enough.
always
Yeah,
kind of
definitely.
like say it too because we're obsessed with the genre, but like he would play like in a psych thriller kind of thing. I'd like to see what he can do being just like a psychotic piece of shit. Like, You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
That's a
think he
turn.
has it.
That's
I
a
think
turn.
he has like
Like a serial killer kind of.
almost kind of like that Christian Bale in American Psycho
Mm.
kind of like. I think he could do something like that. I think he could. But I don't think this was an Oscar role for him. I thought he did great. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a brilliant actor. I think he's really talented. I just don't think that this was like Oscar. Like if I'm
Well,
gonna think anything about this movie, I'm thinking of Jesse Buckley and I'm thinking of
sure.
our boy. Like I'm not thinking
Jacobi.
like
Yeah.
it's so great that he was playing Shakespeare and I loved it, but I like I said, like this wasn't really his story. Like she stole the show.
Yeah, for sure.
Is this
For sure.
like a known like adaptation? Like, is this a known thing that like this is how
I mean, his
he
story
came
is
across
known.
the story of Hamlet?
Mm-hmm.
Like his son died and his son
Yeah.
was named Hamlet is a known thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a book that was done by Maggie O'Farrell, which I think is a lot where a lot of the film adaptation comes from. That is the story, right, of how Shakespeare coped with the passing of his son.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that there's little sprinkled elements of like other Shakespeare work,
Like
right?
Romeo
Like
and Juliet kind of. Yeah.
after he meets her and whatever, like he starts writing Romeo and Juliet. And then you also see, the fact that she's even like a witch, like plays into other elements of his plays. So I really appreciated that.
A forest.
A forest witch.
I
A good
actually
witch.
had a question about that witch stuff, just because there was a scene where they're looking like, I think after she gives birth, they go and just show like a cave by the tree, and it was just like a dark hole, and they just like the camera just focuses on that, like there's nothing else in the scene, just a hole. And then later on, after Hamlet dies, they're just looking at like the doorway of like a dark hole similar to it, and I just didn't understand why there was those two correlations. What was the scene? What was the point of it? It blew past me, but I saw it and I recognized like, hey, that probably means something. I just have no idea what it means.
Well, but that's so you have to think the movie opens with her there on the tree, right? Like her in the fetal position of the tree. And then at the end of the movie, Hamnet walks through the circle, the dark circle through the trees on the stage into darkness. You know what I mean? So I feel it kind of just represents like the nothingness of the next life, or the dark or the unknown of the next life, and passing through it. I think it's representative of the life. Let's get into double feature recommendations. Adrian, kick us off this time first.
Double feature. I would go with The Revenant. That's the Leonardo DiCaprio, where his Native American son is killed, and then the entire movie is him trying to come back and get revenge. I would check that out. That's a good one to kind of go with this.
Due to like death
tone
of a
of
child,
just
like,
your son,
I see.
death of a son, and then the despair, the grief, the everything that goes along with
I
it.
think we all kind of went down that road. I picked Arrival with Amy Adams and Jeremy Renner. Kind of same thing, tackles grief, but in a way where time is not linear. So that's like if you haven't seen it, it's been out for a really long time. So if you haven't seen it, there's not really any kind of spoilers. But if you do end up watching this, I think it'd be a great pair with this, because it kind of not the other side of things, but maybe like a little bit more futuristic of going through grief and the death of a child and all that kind of stuff.
A lot of people enjoy that
Yeah.
movie and call it quite beautiful as well. I don't think it's hit me the same way when I've watched it. Maybe I need to give it another try.
Well, I think a lot of people too, they expect it to be this alien movie. But if you don't look at it as an alien movie, and if you look at it as a movie about grief, you definitely see the movie differently.
Right. For sure. 100%. Well, I didn't necessarily go the grief route. I went the Shakespeare route, and I'm doing Romeo plus Juliet, or Romeo and Juliet, 1996 film with our boy, also Leo, in that one as well, and Claire Danes. And honestly, this was probably, if you don't count The Lion King, this was my introduction to Shakespeare. And I thought it was an incredible creative way to look at a modern, very 90s energy in that movie. It has our boy John Leguizamo in it as well, crushing it. And I think realistically, that was probably my intro to a lot of those actors, and a film that I think still holds up while still being very much placed in the 90s. For the younger generation that want to get a taste of movies from the 90s mixed with Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet. Drafting stock. I don't think we
Me
have
first.
drafted anyone from this movie, have we? Does that
No.
sound right?
Adrian's gonna get the first
Me.
pick this time.
Oh, he's trying the voodoo. Agent's bought into the voodoo now. All right, here we go. Drafting first. Wow, look at that, Adrian. It works. It works. So Adrian's drafting first, and then we go to me. All right, I am drafting second. Sorry about your luck. Erica. So give me 1 second, because I'm gonna make sure we haven't drafted anyone yet. I don't think we have, unless someone did. We didn't cover Gladiator 2, right?
I think we chatted
we?
about it, but I
No.
don't think we covered it.
No, we didn't.
Everyone's available. So, Adrian, congratulations. It's been a while since you've had a first pick. Where are you going?
I'm going Jacobi Jupe.
Wow.
I'm gonna go right off the bat and take him. I seen an article the other day that he's already in the works with Scarlett Johansson for a horror flick. They're supposed to work together, so he's already doing more things, and he killed it. So I anticipate him having a really good career, and my stock rising already in that.
Great pick. Jacobi, I agree, crushed it, and he's got a bright future ahead of him, to say the least. I'm taking Jessie Buckley. I gotta take my girl Jessie Buckley. Sorry, Erica, I've got to take her. She's just phenomenal, and she's actually in a lot of other movies that I really appreciated. I know I've talked about the movie Men before. She starred in that. She starred in this really trippy movie that came out a few years ago called I'm Thinking of Ending Things. And if you guys haven't seen that, it's on Netflix. Weird mindfuck about depression, let's say. But it's like illustrated through like Buckley and Jesse Plemons is the other lead in that movie. I'd recommend that. So yeah, Jessie Buckley. I'm a big fan of hers. Got her stock.
Is it controversial if I don't take Paul Mescal? Controversial if
Not
I
at
take
all.
Steven
There's
Spielberg?
some options here.
No, he was a producer.
Wow, you're gonna let her do that?
I mean, I thought of it. I was like,
And
ooh,
have you guys
he's-
seen that
he
new
is a producer,
trailer
why
for
not
that
take that
movie
stock?
coming out? Bro,
Okay.
that looks so good.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay. All right. Good call. No, I like it. You know what, Erica?
I'm gonna take
like it.
Steven Spielberg.
So you're taking Steven?
Yeah, well, fuck you for
Wow,
taking
let's see.
Jessie Buckley.
Yeah, no, good take. I mean, listen, his movies obviously have set the tone for what a fucking blockbuster is, what so adventure is, so many different movies. More recently, I say his stock has been a little, up and down, but this new movie that there's a teaser out.
I feel like we don't have any notion of how stocks actually work and like what the point of stocks is, because I'm pretty sure you're supposed to buy low and then sell high. And still Spielberg's like already high and like there's nowhere to go but sell when it's low.
Adrian, don't shit on the bit, all right? You're supposed to sell the bit. Listen, we just follow along the stock that we have and see how they do. And Steven Spielberg, though obviously he's on the top of the mountain, he could still go up. I mean, he's great. It's Steven Spielberg. What are we even talking about here? Thank you guys for listening. Make sure to follow us across all of our socials at Seen This Pod. You can also go to our website, seenthispod.com, where we have all of our episodes, interviews, and written reviews as well. You can also send an email at seeingthisemail@gmail.com. We will have our award seasons that are much more valuable than the Oscars. But until then, stay safe. Peace.
Let's get scratching.
I think it's what, 10th grade, I think is when you're supposed to be doing.
Oh, that's
Miss
when I was
Hallberg.
ditching my
I
most.
think it's Macbeth though. I'm not sure. Like I think if you were in like AP classes, you did Hamlet. But I remember I wasn't in AP or anything like that. So we did Macbeth and then like part of Romeo and Juliet.
What's the one with the farmer? Because I remember being a farmer in a play.
Oh,
It was fucked
I
up. We
was
had
in
to
AP
sing.
English and we didn't do any Shakespeare. I don't remember.
that's racist. They profile you.
For sure. We had to sing. I the song I picked was Creed.
Oh my gosh.
and I got cast as a goddamn
That's so
farmer.
on brand.